Welcome back to Beyond the Buzz. I'm BJ Southwell, and this is Episode 5, The Gathering Storm, where slivers of hope ignite in the very place where faith stands on the brink of oblivion. Under a pall of ash and distant thunder, the streets of Rome lie crushed and forsaken. Echoes of prayer linger in every shattered church and scorched marble facade. A gust of wind stirs the stale air, lifting the scent of old incense and brimstone, reminding all of a devout city twisted by darkness. Caterina, unwavering as ever, leads a small band of survivors into Vatican City. The facade of St. Peter's Basilica looms ahead, a hollow shell reminiscent of lost grandeur. At her flank walk Father Matthias, guiding them with ancient lore, and Father Angelo Rossi, restored to human form but bound by Lucifer's mark on his palm. They aren't alone. Refugees from across Rome have begun to flock to Caterina's banner, galvanized by rumors of a final stand. Matteo, the youngest fighter, grips a rifle and exhales shaky determination, glancing repeatedly at the storm-laden sky. "We can't let him break us," Caterina asserts, her voice echoing beneath broken arches. "I've heard tales of a demon so potent it feeds on despair. If Lucifer's calling on such horrors, our time is short. We must find the Veritas Dominorum, and quickly." Within the crumbling entryway of the basilica, Father Matthias leans over a splintered lectern, his faded robes trailing in the dust. His fingers linger on a worn page of ancient script. "Veritas Dominorum," he begins, "is more than a legend. They are an order that once wielded the power to challenge the greatest evils. We must retrieve their guidance if we hope to stand against Lucifer, and whatever new abomination he summons." His voice falters just slightly, echoing Caterina's fears. The mention of a new demon, rumored to devour hope, hangs over them like an unspoken dread. Far from these hidden corridors, Lucifer adopts the guise of a charismatic world leader. In a battered news station, flickering screens broadcast his promises of salvation to a fearful populace. He preaches order, security, and the end of terror, all the while orchestrating despair in every corner of the globe. From a destroyed balcony overlooking Rome, Lucifer meets with Malphus, the scaled demon whose eyes never stop flickering with cunning. "The time has come to sow fear like seeds in spring," Lucifer says, voice cold and precise. "But fear alone won't break them fast enough. Belius insists that we deploy a certain demon." Malphas nods, half smirking. He has heard the rumors. Malgrathel, the demon born of unanswered prayers. "My lord, if Belius summons Malgrathel, its appetite will devour the last sparks of faith in these mortals. But there is Angelo." A flicker of suspicion crosses Lucifer's eyes. "Keep watch on him. If he falters, remind him where his loyalties lie." In the gloom of a ruined chapel, Belias stands before a shattered altar draped in ragged velvet. The four horsemen, war, pestilence, famine, and death, lurk like shadows on the periphery, silent spectators to an infernal rite. With a sharp blade of obsidian, Belias carves a sigil into the cold stone floor. "Arise, Malgrathel," he chants, voice laced with mocking reverence. "Harrower of hope, devourer of light, step through the threshold and consume the faith of mankind." A swirling miasma floods the chapel. The air thickens, and from this vortex emerges Malgrathel, towering in shape, draped in living shadows, a palpable aura of despair rolling off its form. Its eyes glow with a cold, predatory hunger. Belias bows. "My lord Lucifer has great need of your unique talents." Malgrathel's voice resonates with hollow echoes, like countless unanswered cries for mercy. "Where hearts cling to faith, I shall unravel them. Deep in the Vatican's catacombs, Caterina and Father Matthias lead the resistance through winding halls adorned with cryptic murals. The scent of damp stone mingles with lingering incense. Torchlight flutters against images of saintly battles, holy warriors standing against monstrous forms that look suspiciously like Malgrathel. Father Angelo lingers at the rear, heart hammering each time Lucifer's brand sears a reminder into his flesh. Out of habit or desperation, he lifts a whisper of prayer, but every word feels tainted, as though Lucifer might overhear. A creaking sound in the corridor ahead draws everyone's attention. A swarm of lesser demons, skulks, emerged from hidden alcoves. The resistance sets upon them in a swift, desperate skirmish, Caterina barking orders, Father Matthias uttering bursts of Latin exorcisms. Even Angelo steps forward, the conflict within him temporarily drowned by the immediate need to fight. When the last demon falls, hissing into ash, they press on, battered but unbowed. "No time to rest," Caterina says, voice tense. "If Lucifer truly summons Malgrathel, we have to find the Veritas Dominorum tonight. In a subterranean vault elsewhere in the Vatican's labyrinth, Malgrathel prowls among broken statues and rotted pews. Tendrils of black mist coil from its form, curling around a wounded soldier who had strayed from the resistance. The soldier tries to pray, but Malgrathel's devouring gaze locks eyes with him. A silent scream resonates as the demon siphons every ounce of courage and replaces it with choking despair. The soldier collapses, eyes dulled by terror. Smiling, a sight as horrifying as it is grotesque, Malgrathel absorbs the man's final hope. With each soul it feeds on, the demon's aura grows heavier, the labyrinth growing colder. In a rasping whisper it speaks. I smell more faith ahead, the fear in their hearts, delicious. High above, in a luminous chamber, God stands in stoic silence while the archangels, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, observe Malgrathel's rise on a tapestry of living light. Gabriel's wings tremble with urgency. Malgrathel roams freely, Lord. His power devours faith like a ravenous fire. God's voice is both resolute and pained. Humanity must face the fruits of its free will. They lost Eden's innocence long ago. I cannot shield them from a truth they have yet to earn, but if they stand firm in the face of despair, they may ascend beyond the bounds even Lucifer knows. Michael's sword glows with fierce intensity. Let us intervene, strike him down before he grows too strong. God's gaze doesn't waver. Only if humankind's hope is too far gone. Until then, my children must claim their own destiny. Following Father Matthias's old tome, Caterina and her companions uncover a sealed crypt. Latin inscriptions glow in pale light. Custodiet te veritas, si cor tuum non vacilla. Truth shall guide you if your heart does not waver. Father Matthias adjusts his glasses with trembling fingers. This is it, the threshold to the Veritas Dominorum. If our faith holds, we can open the way. As he starts reciting ancient verses, a suffocating presence creeps over them. The temperature drops. A dread hush falls. From a darkened passage emerges Malgrathel, towering in its swirling shadow, eyes burning with malicious hunger. Yield, it hisses, tendrils slithering across the floor. Your faith is a lie. Your hope, nothing but a charade waiting to be shattered. Matteo gasps, fear clouding his features. Caterina's courage flickers, but she clenches her teeth, drawing on every prayer she can muster. Malgrathel's approach is slow, reveling in the moment. Suddenly, Father Angelo steps forward, torn between his cursed bond and the spark of defiance still flickering in his soul. The demon's gaze bores into him, searching for cracks in his wavering heart. Your brand betrays you, Malgrathel snarls, reading the sin etched on Angelo's flesh. You carry Lucifer's mark, but a shred of faith clings to your bones. How delicious! Let me feast on your doubt. As if sensing the mortal confrontation, the crypt's gate groans, ancient mechanisms unlocking. Father Matthias channels every ounce of faith into his chant, sweat beading on his brow. Fractured stones shift, revealing a sliver of the chamber beyond. Katerina fires a volley of shots at Malgrathel, but the bullets pass through the demon's shroud of lamentations, scattering among the crumbling walls. Icy dread surges in her chest, threatening to snuff her resolve. Angelo's brand sears again, Lucifer's voice rattling in his mind. Betray me, and you will wish for death's swift hand. Yet Angelo locks eyes with Malgrathel. In a single burst of desperation, he clutches a broken crucifix from the floor, brandishing it as if to ward off the demon. Light flares, a faint trembling glow, but enough to startle Malgrathel, forcing him back a half-step. That faith you hunger for, Angelo gasps, fighting back tears of guilt and fear. You can't have it, because it's mine to give. Behind him, Father Matthias utters the final verse. Gears grind and the crypt door swings fully open, revealing flickers of hidden torches and archaic symbols, a sanctuary of sorts, or perhaps another trial. Malgrathel recoils, its voice laced with fury. This is not the end. I will rend your hope apart. With a roar of shadows, it vanishes into the darkness, leaving behind the echo of hollow lamentations. As the dust settles, Katerina steadies her aim, expecting Malgrathel to strike again. But there is only silence and the distant rumble of thunder overhead. She and the others catch their breath. That was too close, she rasps. There's no telling when it'll return, or what else Lucifer has planned. Matteo nods, face pale but determined. We have to keep going. Whatever's in there, the Veritas Dominorum, has to be our hope. We might not get another chance. They peer into the crypt beyond, the faint light within dancing as if beckoning them. Father Angelo stands at the threshold, uncertain whether he has genuinely chosen a side or simply reacted in the heat of the moment. The brand on his hand smolders, its meaning ever more complex. With Father Matthias at the lead, the resistance steels itself and steps into the unknown chamber. Behind them, the corridor remains thick with echoes of Malgrathel's presence, a dire omen of the war still to come. The storm above grows more violent, each thunderclap a reminder that Lucifer, Belias, and Malphas have only begun to unleash their final assault on human faith. And lurking in the shadows, Malgrathel prowls with renewed hunger, waiting for the next heart to crack. Let them gather, the fallen angel murmurs. In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, let them pray. The storm will consume them all. Join us next time for Episode 6, The Final Gambit, where Father Angelo faces the ultimate test of loyalty. Mysteries deepen, alliances fracture, and the veil between light and darkness may be torn open for good. Stay tuned. Our greatest battles lie just beyond this threshold.